Hey Taurus, I need to sit down with you today because what I just pulled in your reading is honestly making my hands shake a little bit. I shuffled the deck, asking specifically about the energy around you right now, and what came through is something I really wish I could sugarcoat, but I cannot. There is a woman in your orbit, and her energy toward you is absolutely venomous. Like, the cards are not just whispering this, they are speaking it clearly, and I need you to hear every single word of what is coming through because you are walking around completely unaware of what is happening behind your back. This is not about paranoia or creating drama. This is about you finally seeing what has been hidden in plain sight and protecting yourself from someone who is actively working against your peace and your progress. The universe has been trying to get your attention about this for a while now, but you have been dismissing the signs, ignoring the red flags, talking yourself out of what your intuition has been screaming at you, and now the cards are laying it all out so clearly that there is no more room for denial or confusion. What I am about to share with you is not easy to hear, but it is absolutely necessary because you deserve to know the truth about who is really in your corner and who has been secretly working against you this entire time. So I pulled the moon first, and Taurus, when this card shows up in a reading about deception and hidden enemies, it is never subtle. The moon is telling me that there is massive illusion surrounding you right now. Someone very close to you, someone you probably trust, or at least someone you interact with regularly, is wearing a mask, and that mask is so convincing that you have absolutely no idea what is really going on underneath it. This woman and the cards are very specifically showing me feminine energy, so this is definitely a woman. She has perfected the art of appearing one way to your face while being completely different behind your back. The moon energy is all about what happens in the shadows, what gets hidden, what people do not want you to see. And in your situation, this woman has created an entire shadow version of herself that only comes out when you are not around. She smiles at you. She might even act friendly or supportive in certain moments. But the second you turn your back or leave the room or are not part of the conversation, her true feelings come pouring out, and Taurus, those feelings are full of resentment and negativity toward you. The moon is also showing me that you have had intuitive hits about this, like there have been moments where something felt off, or you caught a weird vibe, or you noticed something that did not quite add up. But because this person is so good at maintaining their facade, you talked yourself out of trusting your gut. You probably thought you were being too sensitive or reading too much into things, or maybe you just did not want to believe that someone could be that two-faced. But your intuition was absolutely correct, and the universe is now pulling back the curtain so you can see the truth clearly. What is really interesting about the moon in this position is that it is showing me this deception has multiple layers. Like, it is not just that she is hiding her true feelings, she is also creating false narratives about you to other people. She is manipulating situations to make you look bad or to position herself as the victim or the hero while painting you as the problem. The moon can represent illusions and confusion, and in this case, she has been deliberately creating confusion around you, making it hard for you to know who to trust or what is really happening because she has muddied the water so much. There is also this energy of her playing on your insecurities or your blind spots, like she knows exactly which buttons to push or which vulnerabilities to exploit because she has been observing you closely and gathering information that she can use against you. The moon is ruled by intuition and the subconscious mind, and what this card is telling you is that on some level you know all of this already. Your subconscious has been picking up on all the inconsistencies and the weird energy and the things that do not add up, but your conscious mind has been rejecting that information because it is uncomfortable, or because you did not want to deal with the confrontation, or because you genuinely care about this person and it hurts to think they could be hurting you. But Taurus, the time for denial is over. The moon is illuminating what has been hidden, and you cannot unsee it now. The veil has been lifted, and you are going to start noticing things you never noticed before, patterns you missed, moments that suddenly make sense in retrospect, and it is going to click into place who this person really is and what they have really been doing. The next card that came through is the Queen of Wands reversed, and this is giving me such specific energy about who this woman is and why she has it out for you. The Queen of Wands upright is confident, charismatic, passionate. She is someone who shines in her own light and celebrates others shining in theirs. But reversed, this queen is jealous, competitive, insecure, and she sees you as a threat. This woman looks at your life your accomplishments, your energy, your presence, and instead of being happy for you or inspired by you, she feels threatened and diminished by you. Every time you win or grow or receive recognition or just exist in your authentic power, she feels like it is taking something away from her, and that is why her hatred toward you keeps intensifying. What makes this even more toxic is that she is someone who probably appears confident and put together on the surface. She might even be someone that other people look up to or admire, but internally she is deeply insecure, and instead of doing her own inner work, she has made you the target of all that inner darkness. The Queen of Wands reversed can also indicate someone who is manipulative and controlling, someone who likes to be the center of attention and the most important person in any room, and your presence disrupts that dynamic for her. Maybe you do not even realize it, but you naturally draw people in. You have a grounded, authentic energy that people respect and feel comfortable around. And this woman cannot stand it because she works so hard to cultivate an image while you just exist and people gravitate toward you anyway. She sees you as competition even though you are not competing with her at all. You are just living your life, but in her mind everything is a competition, and she has decided that she needs to tear you down to build herself up. The Queen of Wands reversed is also showing me that this woman is someone who gossips, who talks behind people's backs, who cannot genuinely celebrate anyone else's success because she is so consumed with her own need to be seen as superior or special or the best. She might be someone who presents herself as supportive or encouraging to your face, but then makes subtle digs or backhanded compliments that are designed to undermine your confidence. You know those comments that sound nice on the surface, but leave you feeling slightly off or bad about yourself. That is her specialty. The reversed Queen of Wands is also vindictive. Like if she feels wronged or slighted by you, even if it is something completely imagined or blown out of proportion, she will hold on to that grudge and look for ways to get back at you. She does not forgive and she does not forget, and she keeps score of every perceived slight or moment where she felt you got something she wanted or received attention she thought should have been hers. This is someone who is deeply unhappy with her own life, but instead of taking responsibility for that unhappiness, she projects it outward onto people like you who seem to have what she wants. And here is the thing, Taurus, you might actually feel sorry for her if you knew how miserable she really is inside, how much self-hatred and insecurity is driving all of this behavior, but that does not mean you should tolerate being her punching bag or the target of her toxicity. Compassion for someone's pain does not require you to accept their abuse. You can understand that she is struggling without making yourself available to be destroyed by her struggles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles showed up, and this is really telling me about the methodical, calculated way this woman is moving against you. She is not impulsive or sloppy with her hatred. She is strategic about it. The Knight of Pentacles reversed here suggests that she is slowly and carefully planting seeds of negativity about you, dripping poison into conversations, subtly undermining you in ways that are hard to trace back to her directly. She might make little comments that seem innocent on the surface but are actually designed to make other people question you or doubt you or see you in a negative light. She could be spreading rumors or twisted versions of truth, taking things you said or did and reframing them to make you look bad. And because she does it in this slow, measured way, it is harder for you to pinpoint or confront. The Knight of Pentacles energy is persistent and patient, so this has likely been going on for a while now, and she has been building this campaign against you brick by brick. This is not a sudden explosion of drama. This is a long-term calculated effort to damage your reputation, isolate you from support, or undermine your confidence and position. She is playing a long game, and she thinks you are completely oblivious to it, which unfortunately until now you kind of have been. This card is also showing me that she might be interfering with your practical matters, your work, your finances, your tangible goals. If you have been experiencing weird blocks or obstacles or situations where things that should have worked out somehow did not, there is a chance her interference is part of that. She might be sabotaging opportunities for you, withholding information you need, or actively working to make things harder for you in ways that appear coincidental but are absolutely intentional. The Knight of Pentacles reversed can also indicate someone who is stubborn and inflexible and refuses to see their own faults. So even if you were to confront her about this behavior, she would probably deny it completely, turn it around on you, make you feel like you are crazy or overreacting, gaslight you into doubting your own perception of reality. This is someone who will never take accountability for the harm they cause because in their mind, they are always justified. They always have a reason. They always have an excuse for why their behavior is actually your fault or someone else's fault, but never their own. The slow, steady energy of this night also tells me that she has been patient in building alliances against you, slowly winning people over to her side, slowly positioning herself as the reasonable one or the victim, while positioning you as difficult or problematic. She has been working behind the scenes to create a narrative where if things ever came to a head, she would have people backing her version of events instead of yours. This is calculated social manipulation, and it takes time and effort and consistency, which is exactly what this reversed knight represents. She has invested significant energy into tearing you down, and that should tell you just how threatened she really feels by you. People do not go to this much trouble unless they see you as a serious obstacle to what they want, or a serious threat to their position or ego. The Hermit appeared, and this card is giving me chills in this reading because it is telling me that you need to pull back and observe from a distance to see what is really happening. The Hermit energy is about withdrawing from the noise and the social dynamics to gain clarity and perspective, and that is exactly what you need to do right now. You need to step back, watch how people behave when they think you are not paying attention, notice patterns, track inconsistencies in what people say versus what they do. The Hermit is also about trusting your inner wisdom over external validation. And Taurus, you need to start trusting those gut feelings you have been dismissing. When something feels off, it is off. When someone's energy does not match their words, believe the energy, not the words. The Hermit is encouraging you to spend some time in introspection, asking yourself the hard questions like, why have I been ignoring red flags? What am I afraid will happen if I confront the truth? Am I keeping certain people in my life out of genuine connection or out of obligation or fear of conflict? This card is also about illuminating the darkness, shining light into the shadows, and that is what is happening now. The truth is coming to the surface, whether this woman wants it to or not. The Hermit carries a lantern that reveals what has been hidden, and you are about to see clearly who is really in your corner and who has been working against you this whole time. What I am also getting from the Hermit is that this period of withdrawal and observation is not just about seeing the truth about this woman, it is also about reconnecting with yourself and your own inner guidance system. You have been so caught up in the social dynamics and trying to maintain peace and be liked and avoid conflict that you have disconnected from your own authentic truth and your own needs and your own boundaries. The Hermit is inviting you to go inward, to spend time alone, to get clear on who you are and what you will and will not accept in your relationships moving forward. This is a time of deep reflection and self-discovery and recalibrating your sense of what is acceptable versus what is not. The Hermit also represents wisdom gained through experience, and what you are going through right now is teaching you invaluable lessons about human nature, about discernment, about the difference between genuine connection and toxic attachment, about how to protect your energy without closing your heart completely. These are lessons that will serve you for the rest of your life, and while it is painful to learn them this way, you will come out of this period so much wiser and stronger and more grounded in your own truth. The Hermit is also telling me that you do not need to explain yourself or justify yourself or defend yourself to anyone. The truth will reveal itself in time, and people who are meant to see clearly will see clearly without you having to convince them. Your job is to focus on your own path, your own growth, your own healing, and let everyone else's drama and opinions and judgments fall away as the irrelevant noise that it is. The Empress came through, and this is so significant because the Empress represents you, Taurus. This is your energy. The Empress is abundant, nurturing, creative, grounded, magnetic. She creates beauty and growth wherever she goes, and that is exactly why this other woman is so threatened by you. You embody something she desperately wants, but does not know how to cultivate within herself. And instead of learning from you or being inspired by you, she has chosen to resent you and try to destroy what you have built. The Empress energy cannot be diminished by someone else's jealousy, though. This card is reminding you that your value, your power, your abundance, your worth is not dependent on anyone else's opinion or approval. This woman can hate you all she wants. She can scheme and manipulate and spread negativity, but she cannot actually take away what is inherently yours. What the Empress is calling you to do is protect your garden, protect your energy, protect your peace, protect what you have built. Stop giving access to people who are not truly supportive. Stop sharing your plans and dreams and vulnerabilities with people who have not proven themselves trustworthy. The Empress knows the difference between people who celebrate her growth and people who secretly resent it, and she only allows the first group into her inner circle. You need to start being much more selective and discerning about who you let close to you, because not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. The Empress is also deeply connected to self-worth and self-love. And what this card is telling me is that part of why you have tolerated this toxic dynamic for so long is because on some level, you have not fully claimed your own value. Maybe you have been seeking validation from external sources. Maybe you have been trying to prove yourself or earn love or be accepted by people who are never going to truly accept you anyway. And the Empress is here to remind you that you do not need anyone's permission or approval to be exactly who you are. You are inherently valuable, inherently worthy, inherently enough just as you are, and anyone who cannot see that or appreciate that does not deserve access to you. The Empress is also about fertility and creation, and what this card is showing me is that you are entering a deeply fertile creative period where you are going to birth new projects, new opportunities, new levels of abundance and success, and this woman's negativity has been trying to block that creative flow. Once you clear out her toxic influence, you are going to feel this surge of creative energy and inspiration and motivation that has been suppressed or stifled. You are going to feel like yourself again. You are going to feel excited about your life and your future again. You are going to remember what it feels like to operate from a place of abundance instead of defense. The Empress sits on her throne completely secure in who she is, completely unbothered by people who do not appreciate her, completely focused on nurturing what matters and letting everything else fall away. And that is the energy you are being called to embody moving forward. Temperance showed up, and this card is about finding balance and taking the middle path. But in this situation, it is specifically about how you respond to what you now know. Temperance is asking you not to go nuclear or reactive or let this information make you bitter or paranoid, but also not to ignore it or downplay it or continue allowing toxic dynamics to persist. There is a balanced way to handle this where you protect yourself without creating unnecessary drama, where you distance yourself from harmful people without announcing it or making it a big confrontation. Temperance is about strategy and patience and measured response. You do not need to call this woman out publicly or have a big dramatic showdown. You just need to quietly and firmly remove her access to you. Stop confiding in her. Stop including her in your plans. Stop being available for her. Let the friendship or connection naturally fade by no longer feeding it energy. Temperance is also reminding you that while this situation is painful and disappointing, it is also teaching you valuable lessons about discernment and boundaries and the importance of protecting your energy. Every difficult experience has wisdom within it if you are willing to extract the lesson instead of just sitting in the bitterness. This is also about not letting one person's toxicity poison your view of everyone. Not everyone is like this woman, and there are genuine supportive people in your world who deserve your trust and openness. Temperance wants you to find the balance between being wise and protected versus being closed off and unable to receive the love and support that is genuinely available to you. What I am also getting from Temperance is that this is about alchemizing pain into power, transmuting this negative experience into fuel for your growth and evolution. Instead of staying stuck in anger or hurt or resentment about what this woman has done, you are being called to use this as a catalyst for becoming more discerning, more boundaried, more selective about who gets your time and energy, more committed to honoring and protecting yourself. Temperance is the card of alchemy and transformation, and it is showing me that you have the ability to take this difficult situation and turn it into something that ultimately serves your highest good. The angel in the Temperance card has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in water, representing the balance between the material world and the emotional world. And that is what you need to do here. Stay grounded in practical reality while also honoring your emotional truth. Do not bypass your feelings about this. Do not pretend it does not hurt or that you are fine when you are not. Allow yourself to feel whatever comes up, but also do not get lost in the emotions to the point where you cannot think clearly or make good decisions. Temperance is about that middle path where you acknowledge the pain without drowning in it, where you take action from a place of clarity instead of reactivity, where you protect yourself without becoming hardened or closed off. This card is also about divine timing and trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to, even when it is painful or confusing in the moment. The universe allowed you to see the truth about this woman at exactly the right time, not too early when you might not have been ready to handle it, and not too late when more damage could have been done. Trust that you are being guided and supported even through this difficult revelation, and trust that moving forward you will be able to navigate relationships with much more wisdom and clarity. The Page of Pentacles came through last, and this is your card of new beginning and fresh opportunity in the practical realm. After you clear out this toxic energy and distance yourself from people who are working against you, you are going to experience a noticeable shift in how smoothly things start flowing for you. The Page of Pentacles represents new opportunities in work, money, learning, building, creating, and this energy has been trying to reach you, but it has been blocked by all the interference and negativity surrounding you. Once you remove the obstacle, which is this woman's influence and the drama she has been creating, you are going to see doors start opening that were previously stuck. This card is also about being a student, being curious, being willing to learn new skills and try new approaches, and there is something here about you stepping into a new level of your career or financial journey or creative expression. The Page of Pentacles is practical and grounded and focused on tangible results. This is not just about feeling better energetically, although that will happen too. This is about real concrete improvements in your material circumstances. You might receive a new job offer, a financial opportunity, a chance to learn something valuable, a project that allows you to showcase your skills, or just a general sense that things are finally moving forward after a period of stagnation. The Page energy is youthful and optimistic and excited about what is possible, and that is the energy you are going to reconnect with once you clear out the dead weight of toxic relationships that have been dragging you down. What I love about the Page of Pentacles is that it represents small but significant steps forward. It is not about overnight success or massive dramatic changes. It is about consistent, steady progress toward your goals and dreams. You are going to start seeing evidence that your efforts are paying off, that your hard work is being noticed and valued, that the seeds you have been planting are starting to sprout and grow. The Page of Pentacles is also showing me that there is new knowledge or new skills or new information coming your way that is going to help you level up in some area of your life. This could be a course you take, a mentor you connect with, a book you read, a training program you join, something that gives you practical tools and strategies for building the life you want. This card is also about being diligent and responsible and committed to your growth, and that is the energy you need to bring to this next chapter. Instead of wasting your energy on people who do not deserve it, you are going to channel all that energy into building something meaningful and lasting for yourself. The Page of Pentacles is the beginning of the journey toward mastery and abundance and success, and you are standing at that beginning point right now, ready to move forward with clarity and purpose and determination. This is such a hopeful, optimistic card, and it is the universe's way of telling you that yes, this situation with this woman is difficult and painful, but it is also clearing the path for something so much better to come into your life. You are making space for genuine, supportive people, for opportunities that align with your true path, for abundance that is meant for you, and all of this is coming because you finally have the clarity to see what needs to be released and the courage to release it.